Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video, and today we finally have our hands on the new LEGO Star Wars ATTE Walker. This was released in, I believe, September of 2022. It releases for $140, and the contents in your set are, of course, your ATTE Walker, a nice little spider droid, and your 8 minifigures here. So we'll start off with the 4 main clones. Starting off from the left here, we have Phase 2 Cody, and his leg printing is, as you can see, different from the other two, or three 32nd Troopers. You do have a normal size blaster here, and for his belt, he does have some nice orange printing, and the 3 stripes up here as well. You'd have a nice control panel right there, orange arms, as different as from the other clones. And as you can see, his printing on his helmet is a lot more different from the other clones as well. And his orange visor is unfortunately the same mold. They've been using it since like 18 BC or something like that, which is kind of unfortunate to see. And then when you lift this visor up, as you can see, there is some dark tan, striping going through his helmet. And then when you actually remove that helmet, you can see he does have a different face print from all the other clones, as you can see, with just a angry more look, and he does have a scar on his helmet too. Now, since Phase 2 Cody actually does have a nice orange visor, it actually does come with a ton of more accessories. It comes with 3 more orange visors and 4 rangefinders, which is really cool. So you can put on rangefinders on all of these other clones, which is really cool. So now moving on to the other 332nd clones, you do have the same printing for the legs. And for these 2 clones right here, you do have these sniper blasters with these candle pieces at the top here. And you do have just the normal white arms. Printing on the torso is also really nice, with the belt having some orange details on it, as well as just a normal 332nd print. And then for the helmet, as you can see, this is supposed to be a point, but unfortunately, LEGO just on the box is completely falsely advertising their product again. All of them have really solid back printing, and Cody's is, of course, really different from all the others, with a nice backpack. I wish it was a mold, but hey, you can't get everything in the set. Still really cool. It gets the job done for the backpack, even though it is only just a print. And then for your other set of 4 minifigures, here we have the Clone Gunner. He has a nice pauldron on his torso. Leg printing is pretty bland, but that is to be expected with a normal clone such as this. You do have a nice little tiny blaster because he isn't supposed to be fighting in battle. He's, of course, on the top of the gun. And, of course, over to here to your right, you just have 3 normal battle droids with your gunmetal gray blasters here. And then for the Clone Gunner, his printing on his helmet does look really cool. And, the helmet is, of course, the face printing is the exact same for the back of these minifigs. As you can see, you can put some accessories on the back of these battle droids if you would like. And, of course, that strap on the Clone Gunner does continue onto the back of the torso. So for the spider droid itself, before we get into the ATTE, the legs are pretty fragile. They don't really do much. It's pretty hard to pose them, too. It's just really off, and I don't really like it. The cannon can move up and down. You have 2 rotation points, this clip right here, and also this rigiting point right here. It's kind of hard to rotate this one. But then, your eyes, it uses a nice telephone piece, and your 2 studs, which represent the eyes as well. And then for the actual antenna itself, it does go on this ball joint right here. And this antenna is pretty fragile, and if you place it in the wrong spot, it can permanently damage the piece because it is quite bendy. So watch out for that, but otherwise, it does have a nice cylindrical brick right there to support it. But if you want some more accurate shots of this thing, you can, of course, remove this brick, have it off to the side, and it looks a lot better, but of course, it can kind of do that. So starting off with scale-wise, we'll take Cody here and just put him right next to the leg here. As you can see, it is a fairly large model. It's not the biggest of the bunch of ATTEs they have sold, but definitely it still holds its size pretty well as far as the whole thing goes. Starting off with the legs, they actually do use some new techniques. You do have some gear pieces right here to get into more technical stuff. And all of these legs are fixed into position, as you can see. They do flex around a little bit, but then when you place it down, they're kind of just placed in that spot, which is kind of unfortunate. But then these middle legs can actually rotate, like, a lot. They have a lot of range of motion, so you can place it, in front or on the back here, so which is really nice. But I just wish the legs had a little more articulation. Now, moving on to the side panels, as you can see, it is all symmetrical throughout the entire thing. You do have the Republic insignia right here and on the other side, using stickers, of course. You do have some tiling right here and with some stickers. The stickers aren't hard to place on as they are fairly large stickers. And then moving over to the back side, it's just the same kind of design here. And then on the other side, the stickers are a little different, but, you know, they get the job done. The other Republic insignia there. And then moving on to the top, it is nicely bowed off with some more stickers here and there. And then moving over, you do actually have the main large cannon. This cannon can rotate up and down like this, and when you rotate it this way, it can move down even more like that. And then it can rotate also 360 degrees. On the side here, you do have some stud shooters, and these studs, you just place them in, and you can fire them off. You do get extra in the set just in case you lose them, of course. And if you want to sit your clone down, you do have a nice control console right there. You can take your clone gunner, sit him in there. Unfortunately, there isn't any studs, so it is kind of, you know, he can wobble around in there a bit, and that is a little unfortunate. So he isn't really stable in there. Now, onto the front of the model, you do have some cannons here, some bubble turrets, which is really cool to see. Fortunately, these aren't as fragile as some of the other models, such as gunships, ATOTs, and stuff like that. They're pretty strong. And then for the actual, you know, cockpit itself, you do have a nice cage here. You have some lights on the sides here, which you can rotate up and down a little bit, but not that much. You do have some nice dark red detailing all over, which is really nice. And how you actually get into the inside of this, there are two gripping points right here. You can just take this out. You have a nice little seat there. So now that your 332nd Trooper is in there with your nice little control sticks and whatnot, you can then take these guiding pieces with these guiding bricks, place them in there, and you're good to go. You can see them all snug and fit in there. He just looks really cozy. You don't have to worry about lifting his arms or anything. It's a very nice fit for him in there. So, yeah, really cool cockpit. And then for the back, you do have some nice bubble turrets here and there, which is pretty nice to see. The back is kind of awkward. You have some lights on the corners here, but other than that, it's pretty simplistic. There's not really much to talk about here. So now getting the inside of the model, the back is the biggest section of it all. So what you want to do to actually get inside is just separate these two parts, lift this up, put this down, and there you go. And then you can open this side up, and you can open this other side up to reveal your nice 5 seats. You do have a little fire extinguisher, a silver cup, and your nice 5 seats to place all of your 332nd Troopers. They do have little headrests, which I really do like, and they all have studs, so they don't really move around. You do have a nice control panel right here, and this is, of course, so you can man the gun for these bubble turrets. And how you actually get on the front of the ATT is pretty much as similar as the back. You just lift this main gun up, and then you rotate these sides. It's kind of hard to access, which is why you can just pick this up like this. You get 2 nice seats. You have a little wrench here, and with some headrests. And also on the inside here, you do have a nice little crate, which you can take out and reveal your pair of white binoculars in there. And then for the other component, you do have some thermal detonators. You do get an extra one in the set as an extra piece, but we already know everyone is just going to be using the extra piece to their advantage. And for the last play function of the set is actually a carry handle here. And how you actually can pick this up is you can just lift this, put your 2 fingers under there, and you can lift it up very simply. It is a very strong structure. There's just Technic everywhere in the set, so you can shake it around. Nothing's really gonna break. So my final verdict on the set is, honestly, the ATT is absolutely perfect. There is no problems with this set whatsoever. Now, if they just switched this out for a crab droid, it would just be a lot more accurate and just a lot more cooler to what this set actually has to offer and make it more original instead of just using the same design. Now, as far as the minifigures go, the minifigures are absolutely perfect, but if they just removed this one thing, this one battle droid, and replaced it with a super battle droid, I would be perfectly fine, to be honest. So yeah, those are my main gripes about this set, so about a 9 out of 10. Now, price-wise, I'm basically comparing this to the LEGO Star Wars Razor Crest in the fact that that was released for $130, it only came with 5 minifigures, and it didn't come with a little side build. For this one, you get 8 minifigures plus a little side build, which for me, that adds about $10 plus to more value, and the Razor Crest and ATTE are basically scaled the same way. So honestly, I think $140 is priced perfectly for this set. Some people will think it's kind of overpriced. I think it is perfectly priced when you compare it to the Razor Crest behind me. So yeah, those are just my thoughts about this entire set. If you guys did enjoy this review, make sure to leave a like on it. And if you like LEGO Star Wars content in general and want to stay up with the latest LEGO Star Wars news or content, or Steve Watson LEGO Star Wars parodies, or even the Hulk show, please subscribe. Have a happy holidays, everyone. Peace out.